What's up, guys? Welcome back to another recap for the Major 2 qualifiers, Week 3. This is also Day 3, so we're going to go over the matches today. Some pretty good matches overall. I was decently surprised by one of them. Well, actually, two of them, and probably not for the same reason that you guys were. So once again, if you're not following, don't forget to hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, give this a thumbs up, and ring the notification bell to stay up to date on the next video. So thank you for joining the recap. To start off the day, we had the Toronto Koi versus the Paris Gentlemates. Paris Gentlemates looking for a bounce back after a tough victory to the Cloud9 New York, and I will not be calling them the Cloud9 challengers anymore, because we'll get to that here in a moment. But Toronto Koi go up 3. Paris Gentlemates not able to secure a single map. Let's look at the overview before we watch some highlights. We have Kleenex with a 0.95, Insight going positive 1.06, Joey D with a 1.22, and Kips with a 1.1. Toronto Koi looks like a completely different team with Kips in the roster. And then we'll look at the Paris Gentlemates. Envoy with a 0.69 going negative 21 in the series. Ghosty going even. Neptune with a 1.15 and Sib with a 0.9. Sadly, I'd like to say uncharacteristically bad day for Envoy, especially because we share a name, Dylan, but I kind of expect this every now and again, and sadly, I don't know if he'll bounce back. So let's take a look at the highlights today. I'll probably just leave it in the mini player. We'll see. If you guys don't like it in the mini player, comment, let me know.
Toronto Koi, Paris Gentle. Fine. I mean, a decent amount of time and a couple of kills. It could be worse, right?
Yeah, I mean, hanging out.
Oh my God.
Now Neptune just gets to practice his skeet shooting abilities, and
It
he
would
gets
probably
a nice
help
big
if I
three,
turned on my
He's
headset.
gonna go on a nice little P2 pinch as well. So Neptune setting up for the kill here in this moment. His teammates need to make sure they block and maintain those spots.
So right now, Neptune, yeah, there's the fourth one, and there's the fifth one for Neptune. You know, and they go up 23 points uncontested on the hard point. You know, looks like a hot start, Neptune. At least he's getting his bounce back. We'll go to the next clip. Here we have Ghosty Goes Huge. Once again, map 1.
Neptune is now here for the help and here for the trades. That's maybe want to play the cleanup.
So here we're roughly 10 points up. Second rotation, we're at P2.
Overwhelmed once again on P2. Admittedly, they'll find to finish the margins.
Kleenex had a pretty slow start here in this map 1. Next clip, we have the Gentlemates listening in map 1.
I'm nading under. As well. He's 2 in time. Child couch.
Neptune definitely slowed down here, 21-23.
One shot, look over me. Done in couch, Trev. Alright, I'll come. Give me a second.
As we can see, Kleenex really showed up, 27-29 now. I think this is the third rotation through, or maybe fourth rotation. Third rotation.
Keep walking. Give him a cut. Yes. P1, 1 P1. 2 P1. Mika and P1. Jump. I'm a cut. Left side couch. Mika weak. We're good. By time.
So like right there, we have a death, and the comms go pretty quiet. Not a whole lot of chatter. Just kind of, where are they? Where do we think they are? Not a whole lot of chit chat between the team. So energies are a little low, although it looks like they're going to pull out the win here. At least I would say it looks like they're going to pull out the win here. Then the KOI complete comeback highlight. 40 seconds. We may not watch the whole thing. Jamie Insight with a big one, holding down the P4. I will say, Jamie Insight. Maybe it was a pacing issue with Real. Maybe it was. Maybe it's just nice having someone else on this map with him. Just is looking a lot better recently. KOI able to wrap up map 1. I guess I could have just continued watching the clips, couldn't I? Okay, map 2. We're go to Scar, Search and Destroy. This was a close one. 6-5. KOI are able to pull out the round 11.
He does. Does he read this? He does. Oh, Kips.
so it looks like
He
Kips was
double
kind of
dips on
holding
all
back
the-
in their spawn.
Magical snap. Certainly helps.
And kills the 2 on the wrap.
We're getting
Neptune 1v1
on.
in round number 7.
That was a great aggressive play call. Try to get the timing and then just completely reset the position.
And then look here, Kips,
Going on
round
tour, the time is definitely going to be
7,
a bit of a concern,
9, and
but
3.
neither person has any info.
That's one thing I've noticed. A lot of these challengers, the players that come up from challengers, they're either really, really good at the respawn or they're really good at search and destroy. Kips is kind of the whole package. He's good at the respawn, and he's still definitely like a search and destroy kid.
Going on world tour, the time is
We don't have to
definitely
watch it twice. Kips 2-piece for the round.
Mid-map. Trying to overwhelm the top side.
This looks like round number 9.
Change of floor, a change of plan. Oh, and what an attack from
No,
Kips!
we missed the first one.
Eyes to the middle of the map. Ghosty has shown his hand. The defuse is underway, and Toronto Koi.
And KOI ice up round 11 to finish up
Toronto Koi work this
map
as slow as
2
possible. Oh,
of the
I love it
series.
from Kleenex. Connection, big damage. They still haven't accounted for net.
Kleenex just holding that L trigger. It works.
Sim! Ow! It is absolutely
That's actually
glorious.
kind of clean from Toby
Toronto
there. I'm not even gonna lie.
And now we get to watch
They tried to
Toronto
jiggle
Koi
him,
work
but
this.
nah. Too good. Map 3, you got Joey D starting off with a 4-0.
Koi. See if they can complete the reverse or complete the sweep.
So now we are in the Den Overload. Sadly, we did not get to see the exposure hardpoint out of the Gentle Mates.
Nep. He's gone, and we're on the run.
Nope. Hit that reload. Reach out. Lovely. Lovely start from Joey D. Kips and Joe find 4 to score.
Goal. Reinforcements from Koi. Get the pick up. Oh, does manage to keep that alive. So a few more seconds.
Right now, still 0-0.
Again, defensive masterclass.
Envoy is 2-9 in this clip.
Nothing slow about the
2-9.
second man. And over the top goes Joe,
Nice.
and it's in. Great goal from Koi.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, now it's 2-1. KOI's in the lead. Envoy 9-15, brother. Inside is 9-13, but at least he has an overload to his name.
No way, you don't get a capture after.
And it's hard to get a lot of kills whenever Joey D is going 22-12.
No way.
Dang.
No way. Kips the lead.
Dang. Let's watch that one more time.
A lot of fun exploring different things, including the spines of his teammates with the knife. And there's no way this
Kips
turns
with a
into
nice
capture
reach
right
out.
in pairs. They're gonna
No
have
way.
everybody here.
No way, you don't get a capture after performing a vivisection on your teammate. Last man Ghosty. No way.
Dang.
No
Kips just opens it up for
Kips
them
the
to
lead.
run it in.
That as well.
Oh, Joey D with a little quasi, little ace. Not an ace, but not search and destroy, but you get the picture.
Brick wall the defense of Ghosty. He finds a way to pummel through. Oh, but a bit too zealous on the charge. And Joe deceives. A quad
Honestly,
feed for the
before the
young
Kips
man.
picked up, I would have said Joey needs to find a different team. But with Kips, I mean, everyone's just working well together. Once again, Joey D is definitely the star player, but everyone's playing well together. Everyone's working well together. I think that they could be a contender for this Major 2 to make a Sunday. Moving on, we'll go to the second series of the day. We have Faze Vegas taken down by the Boston Breach. The Boston Breach bounce back series after Carolina. I cannot remember. Let's look. What was Faze's last? Faze coming off a loss to the Riyadh Falcons. So not a bounce back for them. Not looking too hot. We'll go to the score line overview. 0-4 with a .78, -17 in the series. Abuza, -6. Not that bad, really. Draza, a .86, a -11. But Simp showed up today with a 1.21, +15 in the kill feed. For the Boston Breach, we have a 1.13 for Nasty, a .94 for Purjay, Snoopy with a 1.01, and the newbie, Spart, coming up with a 1.22, +14 on the day, and Spart with MVP, and I voted for it. So we'll take a look at map 1 here, the Blackheart. I did not know which direction the series was going to go at this point. I think I did take Faze to win, but I was kind of bent both directions whenever I was voting for the breaking point today. I did vote Boston, and I changed it to Faze Vegas because I was going to be one of like 30 people that voted for Boston Breach today. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm crazy. Clearly, I wasn't. I should have stuck with my gut. Faze Vegas came out looking good in this map 1. I mean, Simp with a +11, Abuza with a +7, Purge could not get it going with a .45, a -16. Whenever your SMGs are not shooting, it's definitely going to be hard on a small map like Blackheart, but we will go from there. And Madison is coughing. Are you choking? I don't know. We'll go check on her in just a second when we wrap this video up. Then we move to a raid, search, and destroy. Yesterday, or the other day, Boston Breach looked absolutely horrendous on this map. Let's take a look. Most of it was they just weren't throwing the bomb away today. When you don't throw the bomb away and you plant the bomb, you will win searches and destroys. We have 04 with a .43, -4. Abuza with a .71. Draza with a .88. And Simp with a 1.14. And then a green wall coming from the Boston Breach. This was a pretty good series, actually. Out of, or a pretty good map out of the Boston Breach in their search and destroy. They were playing significantly more together. Whereas the other day, Snoopy was kind of doing his thing. Spart was doing his thing. Purge was doing his thing. Instead of gaming one-on-ones, we could actually see 2 or 3 of the Breach members playing together. We'll go over to the map 3. We have Overload on Den. Close one. 2-3. Boston Breach able to sneak out the victory. Draza with a .6. That is the deciding factor of this map, in my opinion. I mean, those are those are 10 impact kills that were not found. And whenever you're just not getting kills, it's going to be hard to make space for that bomb, pick up the bomb, or defend your bomb sites. Going on to the last map, we have a hardpoint exposure. Faze, 183. Boston Breach, 250. I don't especially remember this map. It must have been a pretty good one. Let's take a look at the highlights real quick. Spart had a 5 spree. Okay.
500 points, they can stay on the hill, but good nade over the top has Boston fighting evenly.
I do remember they had like a 50-point lead. Now it's coming back
through the front door. Like, all these long routes are consistently getting cut down, but every time they say screw it, let's just go right through the gates of hell. It has worked out to perfect.
500 points, they can stay on the hill, but good nade over the top.
And then everyone on Boston Breach pretty close. 9, 8, 9, 10.
Boston continuously
not too bad.
Themselves into this game by breaking,
especially whenever you're losing a hardpoint. This battle was going to look like, but clearly they were able to bring it back. Let's take a look. Boston listening. Oh, if it's going to load.
I got him. I see him. One guy's top box dead. One more there somewhere. One guy's low. He's low. Draw the dead. One's old. Yo, I'm going left. He's still low dead. I have left. Last one back. Where can they go? You're supposed to go. Right. That's the first guy. That's the first guy. Tank Abuza. Heard. I said I'm deep soda. I'm holding my deep left. I hear you. I'll get time.
So here we can compare this to the Paris Gentlemates listening that we listened to earlier. Notice how much more small talk there is. There's a lot less dead air. One, it's a lot harder to fill dead air whenever you're just getting slammed and you're not playing well and you're not playing cohesively as a team. But even here, they're mounting the comeback and you can hear them just calming, just filling that dead air and informing their teammates what's going on, where they're going, where they think the other team is. So, good stuff from Boston Breach. We'll go to the nasty 5 streak.
To win a very crucial rotation, they do it at P4, even with Faze investing in Hellstorm.
So now we're at the lead. We're at a lead change. Faze Vegas 174. Boston Breach pushing over 200.
Looking good. Nasty is
so good,
Snoopy,
man.
all finding kills. This is essentially.
Do I think Nasty should have been on a better team than the Boston Breach? Absolutely.
Oh man. What kind of world are we?
But I think Nasty could make the best of it and make it back, truly. Then Boston win the series.
And of course, also give them the default win over towards P2 rotation if you need it. But this may call game here, Faze have to to make a route. 04 slips past. Not able to get in to find the contest, though. One more chance. Not going to happen in the Boston breach.
Love to see it for Nasty. Love to see it for Spart. Nice little turnaround for Purj and Snoopy. So we'll just have to see what's going on in the next one. Although I'm still on the bandwagon that if a heavy kill SMG came available, I'm probably dropping Snoopy. Personal opinion, each to their own. That's my take. Moving on to the third series of the day, we have the Miami Heretics going up against the Cloud9 New York. Miami Heretics with a quick 3-0. Now, I will say, we will not watch much of the highlights from this because it's Cloud9, but I am not calling them the Cloud9 Challengers anymore. After the Scar hardpoint, the first 2 or 3 hardpoints, they looked phenomenal, I will say. And I'm not a Cloud9 fan. I really don't know any of these guys. I know Encourage and Ocus because of the Zuma stuff and the Stallions, but they looked really, really good, and then they just got the wind knocked out of their sails, and they got rolled. But let's look at the overview here. We have Metals with a 1.4 plus 19 on the day. Good bounce back series from him after the other loss to... Who did we play? I don't remember. It'll be okay. Whoever they play, you guys can look it up. It's on the Breaking Point website. Rancor with a big plus 21, a 1.62 on the day. Super with a 1.37, plus 15. And Trakes with a 0.94, negative 3 on the day. Not bad. Not bad. Especially the way that these Cloud9 guys were shooting today. Even though they didn't take a map, I mean, they were kind of ripping whenever they were ripping. So, Encourage with a 0.79, negative 10 on the day. Hyde with a 0.7, negative 17. Nezra, 0.95, negative 3. And Ocus with a fat 0.63, negative 23. We'll take a look. Rancor with the match MVP, 2.07 on the hard point. 1.67 in the S&D. And a 1.24 in the overload. Not a whole lot to say here. Once again, Cloud9 had a amazing opening break, amazing first 3 points in the Scar hard point, and then they just could not put it back together, kind of mismanaged the spawns, but the first 3 looked phenomenal. If they can build up their stamina in the hard points and be able to do that consistently, they will upset teams. Because I'm still putting Heretics in the top 6. I'm still putting Heretics as a top 6 team. I know that's probably controversial, but you can do that information as you wish. Here's the map 1 stats. Rancor with a big 2.0 plus 15. And then, once again, they started off so hot. Hyde, Nezra, Ocus started off so good. They were positive. Lots of damage. And then they just wind knocked out of their sails, start getting slammed. But, once again, I think they showed what their coaches are doing, and I think they're going to be able to upset some of the lower teams. I honestly, by the end of the season, if they stick it out, they will not be the number 12th team in the league. Personal opinion. In the map 2, we stay on Scar for Search and Destroy. Miami Heretics take it 6-3. Super was piecing them up with the sniper today. Nice little sniper battle here and there. But Metals with a 1.83 plus 5 to carry the team to a victory. Once again, you could go. Usually, I would say, hey, I just wouldn't even rewatch the series. This would be a good series to rewatch, and you can compare the Miami Heretics and how they're moving on the minimap compared to Cloud9, and you'll see whenever Cloud9 is hitting something as a team, is clearly comfortable in their setup, and when they're just not. So. Negative 4.43 for Encourage, 1.14 plus 1 for Hyde, 1.14 plus 1 for Nezra, and a 0.43 negative 4 for Ocus. Then we move on to the last map, Overload on Din. Clearly, this is just a pro team versus a new team to the CDL. Once again, I'm not going to call them a challengers team. They really showed some gall in that first hard point, and in the Search and Destroy, I think they played it pretty well, actually. They just clearly need some more reps together, and they need to figure out what the pros are doing versus what the CDL teams are doing. So clearly we know the challenger teams are probably not playing as much overload as the pros are. I'd like to see them at least get this a little bit closer, but 6-3, they're playing with pace. I'll give them that much. They're going to catch teams on their heels, but Miami Heretics just had their number today. Once again, Super with a 1.47 plus 8. Metals was a 1.32 plus 7. Rincor with a 1.24 plus 4. And Trakes with a 0.92 negative 2. Ocus 0.5 with a negative 14. Just getting gunned. Just getting gunned. Welcome to the CDL. But good bounce back for the Miami Heretics. Cloud9 New York. I still didn't hate it. Was it beating General Mace for you guys? Absolutely not. But I've seen a lot of improvement from their first matches in the CDL. And we'll move on to the last series of the day. We have Optic Texas taking down the Vancouver Surge in dominant fashion. Let's look at the overview. Abe with a .66 negative 20. I'll just say it. I was high on this kid after last year's EWC, and I am not anymore. This might just not be his title. Maybe the vibes just aren't good on the team. Abe needs to go back down to challengers and figure it out. He's just not playing well for this Vancouver Surge team, but really no one is, so I can't blame him either. So maybe see what a good team looks around him in this title and go from there. He's young enough, he'll be fine regardless of this. Gwyn with a .97 negative 2. Once again, Gwyn's going to get his, but how much impact he's having on the map, who knows? Lunars, .78, negative 11. Tough day for Lunars. Lunars has been playing better. I was very critical of Lunars. I didn't think he deserved a CDL spot. Today was just a bad day for him. And TJ Halley with a .69, negative 19 on the day. Tough day for the SMGs of Vancouver. Optic Texas, we have a green wall, 1.35 for Dashi, 1.54 for Hook. Mercules with a slow day, believe it or not, 1.14, and Shotzi with a 1.15. Excuse me. We'll look at the map 1 score line. Here we can see we have this first P1 pretty well split. What map are we on? Sorry. We're on the Scar Hardpoint. What are you expecting? You're going to split this P1, and then we just blow them out of the water the rest of the way through the map. That's just how it be. Shotzi with a .8, negative 5 on the team. That's the worst you're going to get for the Optic Texas gentlemen in this matchup. Hook going big, plus 15, 1.75 in the map 1 hardpoint on Scar. Moving over, we go to Search and Destroy on Raid. This is my favorite Search and Destroy map in the game. You can do that information whether you think the maps are good or whether you think the maps are bad. And Raid is just that good of a map. Put it down in the comments, your opinions. Gwyn going 9 and 7, a 1.29. Abe 3 and 7, 0.43. Lunars 5 and 6, 0.83. TJ Halley 2 and 8, a 0.25. The Search and Destroy Protege just could not put it together against Optic Texas. Dashi going 6 and 5, Hoot going 8 and 5, Mercules 5 and 4, and Shotzi with a big 9-5, 1.8 to close out the Search and Destroy. We go to the last map of the day, Din. We're playing Overload. Abe going 0.7, negative 7. Gwyn 0.85, negative 4. Lunars 0.86, negative 3. TJ Halley 0.77, negative 6. I was surprised that the scoreline was as close as it was because Dashi coming out hot. 1.31 plus 5, Hook 1.33 plus 7, Mercules cutting even, and Shotzi with a 1.44 plus 8 to close out our Week 3 Major 2 qualifiers. I should have looked if I could find the standings. We'll look real quick, but we're not going to spend a lot of time. Those are power rankings. Where are the current standings? You may be able to hear my daughter's toys going off in the background, so. Okay. Oh, here we are. Well, these are the overall 2025 standings. Can I find the Major 2 standings? Is that a thing? Let's look. Major. Oh, wake up, keyboard. Okay. We'll find it for next weekend. whenever we update and go through the matches coming up. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by. Don't forget, hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button, like, and ring that notification bell to stay up to date with all the new content. We will be going live on Twitch this week. We will be trying out a new game, so feel free to stop by and coach me and give me any tips that you have. If nothing else, you guys have a great week. Take care of yourself. Good luck in your ranked matches, finding good lobbies, and take it easy. See you guys around.